That would be quite an accomplishment with a non-factory rider taking second in the point standing.
Look right there underneath Doug Henry's right foot. He's got a dirt clod so he can keep his balance. He's not one of the taller riders, and I like where he's starting. Most of the good guys are on the inside. I think Jeremy's out too wide.
We're riding with Jeremy. That's Emig on the left. He got the whole shot. McGrath looks over to Henry on his left side and cuts underneath Emig on the turn. Jeremy McGrath out in front. Looks back at both Emig and Henry. The rest of the field flying through our Honda track cam.
Look at Jeremy getting away clean. He's got Doug Henry, Emig, Larry Ward is up in there. All the guys with good starts. This is an excellent race, and Jeremy on his way to possibly a record-breaking evening.
Yeah, David, and making that helmet cam a pretty boring shot till we get around to lappers.
Well, it's pretty neat to ride with Jeremy. Anytime I can ride with Jeremy, I'll take that opportunity.
McGrath number 1, Emig number 6, and Henry. They do a little bump action there. We thought we might see some bar banging action on this short track.
That's what you got to do to Jeremy. Get in there, run over his foot, show him a wheel. You know, try to keep the pressure on. Anytime you keep the pressure, and problems for Lewis.
Kyle Lewis going down, the first victim of this track in the 250 main. Shaking the cobwebs out of his head there. Jeremy McGrath, our leader, with Emig second, Henry third. Number 11, Larry Ward, is fourth. Fairly tight pack in the top 4 there.
Everyone's pretty much single filed out. It looks like a parade right now. This is going to be a difficult track to pass on, but every time I bring up that point it's difficult to pass, Jeremy does it. So
and Hughes is now in 5th. Here's a good battle, Emig and Henry, and they love to go at one another.
I think Henry's faster than Jeff Emig. He was in the heat race, and if he can get around, he can challenge Jeremy. I don't think Emig is going to be a fight for Jeremy, but Henry is.
But Emig is very talented at using up the track.
Well, Emig uses up the entire track, rides a wide bike, as we've said before. You see right there, he came all the way from the outside back to the inside and cut off Doug Henry's line, and there's not much of a track to use here, so it should be pretty easy for him to hold off Henry.
If you're Henry, what do you do?
If I was Henry, I would get in there and get aggressive and probably take Emig out. I mean, just get in there and just bump him out of the way. That's the only way you can get around, and Emig's done it to other people and says he's sorry in the end, and it's water under the bridge a week later, so that's really the only opportunity he has.
Jeremy McGrath now about a 2-second lead on Emig and Henry. There's our battle for second place. Henry coming off a win. Emig's best finish was Houston, a second place. Let's go to Marty, who's with Steve Butler.
Steve, Jeff in a real dogfight right now. Yeah, there's only 5 laps down. It's another 15 to go. They're still pretty close to Jeremy, and I think Jeff's barely staying ahead of Doug, so they could maybe catch up to Jeremy. We'll see what happens.
Henry trying everything possible to get by Emig. He's going outside, inside, and Emig just swerving back and forth, taking the line that he wants, and a different line for Emig most of the time.
Sure, and I don't want to take anything away from Emig. He's riding great, and he's been riding a lot better lately up front, but I think Henry is faster than Emig, and I think he has the pace and the endurance and all the confidence now after winning in Dallas to run with Jeremy, but he's not going to get a chance unless he can get around Emig now.
Jeremy able to pull away just slightly on this short track, and we might reiterate for those tuning in late that the track here in Cleveland goes around a football field, but it's shorter, and we're looking at 40-second range lap times. The Honda helmet cam on top of Jeremy McGrath.
But unfortunately, all that picture is going to bring you is dirt. He has nobody in front of him, no riders to look at. Everything's going on behind him, and this is the real battle for second place. Henry trying everything he can do to get up there and challenge our leader, Jeremy McGrath. But he's got to get around Emig first, and as you can see, Emig isn't making it easy.
I think at a younger age, Henry might have tried something stupid by now, but he's learned patience in the game.
Well, I think so. I think he knows that in order to be consistent and be a threat to win a title, he can't, try so hard and make a move and crash and end up 9th instead of possibly picking up a 2nd or a 3rd. So, he doesn't look real patient right now, but he's still on 2 wheels.
Very aggressive, but smart riding for Doug Henry. They're in the battle for second place as we take a look at the Suzuki field summary. McGrath out in front. Kudrowski mired in 8th. We'll be back in a moment. All Art Ekman, David Bailey, and Marty Reed from Cleveland with Supercross action. Round number 13. Jeremy McGrath is out in front. This is the battle for second place. Jeff Emig, number 6. Doug Henry, number 4. Henry has been hounding Emig. Emig using the track well. So far has been able to fend him off. But look out. Here comes Henry on the inside. Henry into second place. Emig, though, is not giving up. He's coming right back.
And look at Emig, completely overjumps that jump just to take Henry almost off the track. And that's what it takes on a track like this. You've got to get aggressive, even border on a little bit of dirty riding in order to hold your position. Emig does it nice.
Emig putting the squeeze on Henry there. And oh, Henry makes a little mistake. Goes up on the berm. Dowd went down. Hughes moves in front of him. We've got a battle in the back of the pack now.
So now the one spot where Henry was strong and could get around Emig, as we're going to take another look at the replay. Right through there, he set himself up out of the other corner. He came out and positioned himself on the inside and just jumped in front of him. But the aggressive move by Emig right there, almost losing the front wheel and going down, but it paid off. And watch McGrath right here. He wheelies over those ruts, keeping that bike flat through those loops.
McGrath, Emig, Henry, and Ward. Ward is not too far away from Henry after Henry's bobble.
Well, that tells me, Art, that Larry Ward is riding a fast pace, because Henry and Emig have been flying, and Ward's catching him.
He's got a chance for the best Supercross season of his career, should he continue in second place in the point standings. He's got a lot on the line tonight. Not only the 28th career win to tie him with Rick Johnson, but also clinch his 3rd consecutive title. The industrial city of Cleveland opened up an interesting opportunity for Marty Reed. Let's see what he found.